When we first started working with Dr. Hall, we had difficulty conceiving, and so we went to him for help. He has special interests in infertility. After we started working with him, you felt like you were more than just a patient. You know, he actually cared about your feelings, your well-being. You know, he wanted to give you great medical treatment.
Well, Lindsay and her husband were having some difficulty as far as infertility problems, and we worked with both of them on that matter.
You know, some of the times we had to come in on weekends, and he acted like it was no trouble at all, and it just, you know, he went out of his way a lot, it felt like, to help us in our journey to parenthood.
Her care was a little bit more high risk just because she was carrying twins, and when it came time to deliver, she did great and had 2 little boys here at the Frankfort Regional Medical Center.
After they were born, I was just there for, you know, a couple more days until I was discharged, but the boys had to stay, like I said, for almost a week before they were discharged. During that time, I was allowed to stay in the same room that I was in on hotel status, and during that time, I wasn't under the nurse's care, but they still came in and, you know, would ask if they could do anything for me. It made us feel at ease during that time that we were there. But when the boys were discharged and it was time to go home, you know, we were scared as first-time parents, like you said, of not 1, but 2 babies. And one of the nurses actually told us, she said, you know, if you get home and you have a question, she said, feel free to call the nursery. You know, we'll be glad to talk to you about it on the phone. You know, people call in all the time. And that, surprisingly, was really reassuring to know that, you know, they know our situation, they know who our boys were. You know, if we called, that they would be willing to help us just over the phone, and so that took a little bit off our shoulders.
Well, I think this labor and delivery unit here provides just about any service that you would want compared to larger hospitals, and I believe we afford the patient a little bit more of probably a personal experience, just being a smaller community itself. But with the board-certified obstetricians that we have here on staff, as well as the NICU, I think we can compete with just about any larger facility, but also give them a little bit more of a personal touch.
Most people assume that you have to go to a bigger city like Lexington or Louisville to receive, you know, state-of-the-art, or to have state-of-the-art technology and, you know, the best care. And I know the appointments with other doctors that I've had in Lexington, it's kind of a hassle to have to drive that far, and just knowing that you have that available to you right here, you know, in Frankfort, it's great for our community.